Short sales in Frederick. Questions and answers about short sales. This video is going to be a little bit long because I'm going to have some of the best questions I have about short sales, and I'll be able to answer to them as it comes. One of the questions I have is, what are your alternatives to a short sale? What are the things that you can do in order for you to... Well, one of the things that you can do is basically finding out alternatives for other options besides short sale. And number one thing will be to borrow money from your friends or from other people that will have enough money to be able to catch up to your payments, and you can continue making the payments as always. And you want to ask the bank to reinstate your loan. Another option you have is maybe you can possibly rent your property, and with the proceeds of the rentals you can still be making the mortgage payments, and then you obviously gonna have to move to a more affordable residence. Another option will be to sell the property for the highest amount possible, and then when you go to closing you need to bring cash to make up the difference to what you owe to the bank. That is a little very hard to swallow. You know, when you come into closing, you're selling your house and you bring in thousands of dollars from your savings to make up the difference so you can be free and clear from this mortgage. Not too many people can afford to do that. Another option that you have is to attempt a loan modification with the lender. The caveat here is the loan modification has to benefit you as the borrower, as the homeowner, and not to the bank. In most cases, you know, a loan modification without a principal reduction is not really a loan modification that will help the homeowner. That is a loan modification that, in my opinion, helps the lender. Another option you have is to attempt a transaction where the buyer assumes the mortgage. This is something that is being utilized in some states, and some people are taking advantage of this, where someone comes in there and take over the payments and they walk away. But the bank has to accept these conditions. The bank has to accept the buyer for taking over from your mortgage. But also the caveat here is that your name will still be on the loan on this property, and these new people that coming in, they fail to pay 6 months from now, you're still going to be on the hook for this loan. So that's something that you should be very careful using that as an option. Another one is to offer the bank a deed in lieu of foreclosure. That means that you go to the bank giving the keys of the house and say, you're walking away, you cannot make the payments anymore, here's the house, do whatever you want to do. That is a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Obviously that's not a good thing to do, for the bank doesn't like that, and then you know, for the deficiency, the money that they're going to lose when they sell the house in an auction, and the money that you actually owe them, that they're going to be more likely to come after you because of that reason, because you just walk away, you know, and banks don't like that. And then the other one will be to realize there's nothing else you can do, and you can allow the property to go into foreclosure. You know, obviously if this should be one of the last alternatives, you know, to do the foreclosure. A lot of people also go to an attorney and declare bankruptcy, but the bankruptcy is not going to stop the bank from foreclosing the property. It's just going to give you a little bit more time to stay there, because now the bank has to go through the courts in order for them to foreclose the property. But they're still going to do that. The courts is not going to keep you for the bank to take away the house from you as a foreclosure. The courts is only going to give you protection from your from the people that you owe money. But if the bank has the right to your house, the court's going to say, yes, take it, because he's not paying you or she's not paying you. So the other thing I want to talk to you about is, what are the alternatives to short sale? But the next slide is, when the bank won't stop calling me, should I talk to them? And this is a question I get a lot of times when there's a homeowner that hasn't paid any money to the bank for months, and now the bank is start calling them very frequently. And my answer to this is basically, yes, you need to talk to the lender, because they want to have some kind of communication with you. They want to know where they stand. You know, they want to know, first of all, you just didn't leave the house, turn the water faucets on, and you left out of town and you'll never come back. They want to know something is being done. You're doing something. You're choosing an option, what to do to this house. Even though you cannot make the payments, you at least have an idea what are you going to do, whether you're going to be a foreclosure, or you're going to do a deed in lieu foreclosure, you're going to do a short sale or loan modification. anything that the bank wants to know. They want to know why you cannot make the payments. It is very unwise from you to completely ignore the bank and not answer the phone calls, because if you do not communicate at all with your lender, they will probably put you in a category of the people who refuses to pay. And that is the worst category for you, because as that means they will move the foreclosure process along as fast as possible because they want to protect the property. Yes, you are supposed to be communicating with the lender, and when you start doing a short sale, you're going to find out those phone calls are not going to come as often because they know you're trying to sell the property as a short sale. The other question I have is, if I'm current on my mortgage loan, can I still do a short sale? This was very infrequent a long time ago, a few years ago, but now we're seeing more and more people, they're deciding to do a short sale even though they're up to date on the payments, because they see the equity of their homes completely taking a long time to come back, and they see also that in the near future they're going to have some type of hardship. In increasing number of situations, many banks will consider a short sale on a property where the borrower is current with their payments, but they see there is an imminent mortgage default coming up. And the only person who knows this is going to be the homeowner, the one that's making the mortgage. And you must demonstrate that you're struggling to pay all your bills and still keep your mortgage loan up to date. In some cases, and I saw examples of this when I go to a listing presentation about a short sale with a homeowner, where the persons were in hardship long time ago, but they decided to use their 401ks or they borrow money from your friends and family to keep making those mortgage loans every single month. And then as the money start running out and they don't have no more money coming, and they know that the mortgage payments are always going to be coming every single month, that's when they contact me or they contact the bank and saying, you know what, I'm current on my mortgage, but next month I will not be able to pay for it because I ran out. I don't have no savings at all anymore. So this is when you should be making consideration to do a short sale before you get into this position. Do not borrow money from your 401k. Do not borrow money from friends and family. Just work it out to what your current hardship is and use that to ask the bank to do a short sale. Another question that I have is, my property is not listed. Do I need it listed with an agent to do a short sale? This is a common question from people who are not very familiar with short. And the answer is yes. In every case that when it comes to a short sale, the mortgage lender, the lenders are requiring that you hire a licensed agent to make the property, to market the property to go for sale. The lender then will communicate with the agent that's representing you to make sure that all the paperwork is in order, but at the same time they are going to approve the buyer's offer based on the conditions of the contract. If they need any changes, they're going to ask the agent to do so. The banks presume that an agent will be able to sell the property for as much as possible on the open market, and there goes a problem in some cases where some agents are not caring to try to get as much money as for the property, and they're trying to sell it, to the first person that comes and puts an offer. And obviously that's not going to be doing you any good, because when the offer gets sent to the bank is going to find out this is a lowball offer, and then from that point on they are not going to trust that agent anymore, and they're going to make life difficult, not just for the agent, for you, and this file will get very much flag because of that. So be very careful who you choose to help you sell your short sale. They have to be experienced, and they have to know what to do, whether they have one offer, 2 offers, or 5 offers. They have to know what to do to making sure that they are conforming to the bank's rules when it comes to short sales. The other question I have is, I have 2 loans. Can I still be considered for a short sale? Yeah, of course. You can have 2 loans. You can even have 3 loans. The most important thing is that if there is enough money on the sale to pay all these lenders in full, whether they may be small or big, then both lenders will definitely have money to be distributed among them. But in some cases, in most cases, what we've seen is that the bank that is the first lender, is not even getting enough to satisfy their loan to begin with the offer of the house, and they approved the short sale, and they decided in order for the other bank, the second lender in this deal, they allocate, let's say, an amount of money like $3,000 in exchange for them to give the approval to do the short sale, so everybody gets paid at the end. In some cases, the second lender may have, let's say, $100,000 that is due to them, and when they see that the bank is only offering them $3,000, there's really nothing else they can do, because obviously the house is not worth it. And even if they foreclose the property and they refuse to give an approval as a second lender, the property gets foreclosed and it's going to be sold for so little that it's not going to be even enough to pay the first lender. So the second lender will get zero. They will have nothing at the end. So sometimes $3,000 may be just enough for them to say, yes, we'll give you an approval wherever. So that's what we're looking for, and that's what we do with all the short sales that we have where we have two loans. And finally, we'll talk about when your property is a rental. Can I still be considered for a short sale? Yes, they do short sales for investment properties all the time. We do short sales maybe for some investors that I did some short sales where they have 3-4 properties, and we short sell all 3-4 properties at the same time with different banks. Obviously, the number one thing you have to understand here is that you have to have a hardship. The rental of your property, the income of your property is not enough to cover the mortgage payment. So when you have a lot of repairs on this property and you just see and there's no way you're going to be able to even catch up to anything at all. When you're losing money every single month in a rental, not only we have bad tenants and but they're destroying your property, but you have this huge bill coming every month from the bank. You know, it is time for you to consult someone like me to be able to see if it's a possibility you can do a short sale. Not every single case is the same. You know, you have to have different ways to provide to the bank the proof that they should accept a short sale from you. And we can help you. You can help you with all the options based on our experience and how we can do this. So give us a call. If you're an investor and you have several properties, give us a call. We'll be glad to help you. Our phone number is 301-246-0001. Thank you. Have a great day.